There was Addams Family content between 1964 and 1991.
Okay.
All right. Um, so in the 70s, they were doing this series of Scooby-Doo cartoon movies, all right, where they'd have like major actors like guest star in the movie. Do you know what I'm
Mhm.
talking about?
Yeah, of
Probably
course.
the most famous one was this one, Scooby-Doo meets Batman, where they had Adam West and Burt Ward from the Batman TV show do the voices of Batman and Robin. That was like a big deal at the time. So they did one of those with the Addams Family, right? It was they got the whole cast of the original show to come back. It was like 10 years later. And except for Pugsley. And I'll tell you something absolutely astonishing. Do you know who they replaced the original Pugsley with to play the voice of Pugsley in this Scooby Doo movie?
John Goodman.
Jodie Foster.
What the fuck? That's crazy talk.
An 11-year-old Jodie Foster was the voice of Pugsley in a Scooby Doo TV movie. Then the TV movie was so successful, Logan, that they did like one season of a new Addams Family cartoon. Okay. And only like one or two of the original cast came back for that. But Jodie Foster was in there as Pugsley every ep.
I never heard about this. And I've
Me
I've
neither.
spent time on her IMDb.
Me
Like
too.
she hasn't been in that much. I've looked at it all and I never noticed
Well,
this.
she's fucking Pugsley.
Wow. That's
All right.
incredible.
I know. It blew my mind. All right. And then in 1977, they did a TV special called Halloween with the New Addams Family. And it wasn't a new Addams Family, it was just the old Addams Family. But they had Pugsley, the actors who had played Pugsley and Wednesday were like adults by this point. So they did have Pugsley and Wednesday Jr.
Okay.
Yeah, they had like had kids and named them after themselves.
Both of them? I feel like that's
Yeah, yeah,
crazy.
yeah. I know. I I'm not clear on whether or not they are co-parenting.
I don't believe so. But can I
I
say,
hope
not
not.
enough women juniors.
I agree.
Name one other.
That's a big thing in Gilmore Girls, Logan.
Lorelai Jr.
Lorelai and Rory. Rory is short. That's like a nickname for Lorelai. Like Lorelai named
Whoa.
Rory after herself. That
What
that
the
was like a
fuck?
big point of feminism on that show. All right, and Lorelai herself had already been named after her mother's mother.
That's wow. I never knew about that. So
Hmm.
I was gonna say, tell me one example, and you just told me two examples.
I mean, it's not real life.
It's not real.
It's a
Yeah, can
TV
you name one in
show.
real life?
I don't know that I can.
Yeah, that's I don't really think about that much. But no women juniors.
Yeah.
What about queens? Are those like thirds, fourths, like that?
Probably.
Queen, whatever, Queen Elizabeth the
I
third.
feel like their names aren't even their names though. Like it's like that's a title.
Oh, really?
I might be making that up. Like the Pope, like John Paul II. Like that's not that guy's name isn't John Paul. He just happens to be the second guy named John Paul that became the Pope. He just chose that name.
So you don't get the title of Pope. You get the title of Pope John Paul,
Well,
whatever.
you get the title of Pope, and then you go through a process where like you and like a council of weird Christians or whatever have to like choose your official Pope title.
Holy shit. I would
Yeah,
want to be the first Pope Logan, though.
I know. I get it. But they're very it's a very
Very
respectful
litigious.
culture. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, wow. All right. Fair enough. Gotta
All
play
right.
by the rules.
Yep. All right. So 1991 that happens. Okay. Scott Rudin. You familiar with him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an Academy Award winning
Did
producer.
he produce School of Rock? For some
Yeah, I
reason, I associate
produced
him with that movie.
Social Network, I'm pretty sure, but lots of stuff. And he's been Me Too'd, but I think he seems to have like slipped by it, and you still see him at basketball games.
Oh, wow. That's
Oh,
cool.
and
What's his team?
wrestling matches. He shows up at AEW shows sometimes.
Only AEW? Well, does he have a favorite basketball team?
Probably the Lakers.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, he came up with the idea, let's make an Addams Family movie. All
All
right.
right, pretty
That
good.
was him. He pitched it to Fox. Fox said, yes, but we can't because this other company, Orion, already has the rights. Okay. So Orion was a company, they had produced a couple of big hits, including Silence of the Lambs, which we recently covered, but they'd also produced a number of bad flops. And so they were struggling at this point, and they had the rights to the Addams Family and were already developing a TV reboot. But when Scott Rudin, who's like a big 20th Century Fox producer, showed up, they were like, if you want to do it over here, you can. And so that's how that started.
Okay, just make a movie instead. I like that
Yeah.
move. They should do that more.
Ultimately, I agree. So ultimately, Orion didn't even put out the movie because they were struggling
Right.
so much during the making of it that they sold the film to Paramount while it was still in production. And the actors and shit didn't even know about it until they were like asked about it in interviews afterwards.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Usually actors probably don't know or care who's producing it, probably.
Yeah, I think they just thought they were on an Orion movie the whole time because that's what they signed up for. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden there's a Paramount logo and they're like, what?
What do they care anyway?
Yeah, I guess. Anyway, it's probably a good thing. Like Paramount could promote the movie a lot better than that other company.
True. Yeah.
All right, so originally offers went out to two different directors. The first being Timothy Burton,
Yeah.
where he was like, "No, I'm making Batman Returns." All right.
Hmm.
Then they went out to Terry Gilliam. They were like, "What if the Addams Family, but really difficult and nobody likes it and too long?" And they were like, but thankfully Terry Gilliam said no. And then they went out to Barry Sonnenfeld. Okay. Now, Barry had never directed a movie before.
Whoa.
Yeah. So they're like, why'd they go out to him? Right. I'll tell you why. This guy was a cinematographer of some renown.
Okay.
Okay. He broke through with his good friends, Joel and Ethan Cohen, where
Mhm.
he was the DP of their first two films, Blood Simple and Raising Arizona, two of the best looking movies ever made.
Yeah, let me tell you something. I watched Blood Simple for the first time whenever I did that. And that was like the seventh or eighth Cohen movie I watched. I was like gonna watch some. I watched it. I was like, this movie looks amazing. So, and I still remember that. I remember that feeling watching that movie, being like, this
Yeah.
looks incredible. And they're not really working with that much either, like in terms of probably budget and scale and everything. And I was
Oh, that
so
was a tiny,
impressed.
tiny movie. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
so that's incredible. I never knew that.
and by the way, I only said Blood Simple and Raising Arizona. I forgot he also did their third movie, Miller's Crossing, another
Whoa.
masterpiece. All right.
Yeah.
And he had also done Throw Mama from the Train with Danny DeVito. He'd done Big with Penny Marshall, and he did When Harry Met Sally and Misery with Rob Reiner. All right, so this guy was
Jeez.
destroying the cinematography game.
Yeah, that's really impressive.
Yeah. So he gets hired to make his directorial debut with this movie, The Addams Family.
All right.
Let's see how we did. Uh, he The movie comes out November 22nd, 1991,
I think, by
Thanksgiving
the
week.
way, what we should do, another the thing we should do now is we should start plugging our old episodes. We should be like, Daniel and Henry talked about him in Men in
Oh
Black. Go
yeah.
check it out. Like, we should start
You should
plugging our
link
old
them.
episodes.
Link them.
You think anyone's gonna click it? Maybe I will. I'll start linking old episodes we talk about.
All right. So it came out Thanksgiving weekend, 1991. All right. It was a $30 million budget, and they were already super pissed off at Sonnenfeld, all right, because it was budgeted at 25 and he went over by 5.
Oh my gosh.
All
Over
right.
5 on your first movie? That's
Yeah,
bold.
I know. I know. So they did not like this guy. It, but
They
don't
gave
even
him a
worry
second
about
one,
it.
don't they?
Yeah, because the movie made $191.5 million
Oh
dollars at
wow.
the box office. It was the number seven movie of the year. Top 10,
Wow.
baby. All right, between
Huge.
Sleeping with the Enemy and Hook. All right.
More than Spielberg on his first go.
No, no, under Spielberg.
Oh.
Hook was six. This was seven. Sleeping with the Enemy was eight.
How many other times have you said it backwards? I just never said
Never,
anything.
never, never. I've always done it the other way. I fucked it up this one time, and you
That was
mentioned it.
really weird
Yeah.
then.
Um. Okay. So yeah, the reason it went $5 million over budget was because it had a lot of production delays. Sonnenfeld's wife got sick in the middle of making it, so he had to like tend to her. At one point, Raul Julia, who was like a couple years away from death, but we didn't know it yet, his body's starting to break down. So he like burst a blood vessel in his eye, so his
Oh
eye
my
looks
God.
fucked up. We couldn't film him for a few weeks. Uh, at one point, because Barry Sonnenfeld has been a cinematographer and is now a director, he did not understand that you can't like just also be a cinematographer. So the DP they hired for the movie fucking quit because he got sick of working with this fucker. And then they replaced him, and the replacement got sick, had to go to the hospital, and Sonnenfeld had to DP the whole thing himself anyway for like 3 weeks.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Well, I wonder what he would have done if he didn't have that experience.
I
That's
know,
amazing.
I know. So yeah, this thing was like tough to make.
Yeah.
Um, but it turned out. Fucking turned out.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't mention that our co-writers with Sonnenfeld are Carolyn Thompson and Larry Wilson, who had both previously worked with Tim Burton. We like did that on purpose. Carolyn Thompson had co-written Edward Scissorhands. Larry Wilson had co-written Beetlejuice.
Yeah,
Um,
makes sense.
yeah. Um, hey, this was nominated for some awards.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah, it lost almost all of them. Like the only award it actually won was a Razzie
Oh, that
because
sucks.
I know because the shitty MC Hammer song at the end
Yeah, yeah.
that was nominated for Razzie for worst song and it won. The other nominees were Vanilla Ice for Cool as Ice and Iggy Pop uh for I don't remember what movie it was for. Something terrible. But oh, you know what it was for? Freddy's Dead. The sixth Friday Nightmare on Elm Street movie. But it's funny, it's like two of the worst rappers ever versus like one of the greatest rock stars of all time. Um
You say so.
I do say so. All
All
right.
right.
But let's talk about all the other ones. The Oscars. How about that? It was nominated for an Oscar.
Oscars, it's the red carpet, it's the red carpet and the gowns and the tuxes. The Oscars, it's the big night for Hollywood, the red carpet and the golden man.
Best costume design, it lost to Bugsy, the Warren Beatty movie. Saturn Awards.
Saturn is between Uranus and Neptune. Saturn, whoa, sci-fi blessed films.
You love them. I love them. Right?
Yeah, it's my favorite one.
Yeah, mine too.
That's true.
Raul Julia. Yeah, genuinely, actually, it's my favorite one to talk about because they're so odd and interesting. Like they're unpredictable.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's like I feel like all the other awards I read, it's like I'm reading the same shit over and over again, and then I get to the Saturn Awards, it changes it up.
Yeah, they're pretty bold over there.
Yeah. All right. So the Saturn Awards nominated Raul Julia for Best Actor. Huh? Awesome. But he lost to Gary Oldman for Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Whoa. All right, fair enough.
Yeah, yeah. This was nominated for Best Fantasy Film, straight up, and it lost to Aladdin.
Oh, Aladdin. All right, that's fair too.
Yeah. Christina Ricci was nominated for Best Performance by a Younger Actor, and she lost as well to Aladdin to Scott Weinger, the voice of
What?
Aladdin,
That's
aka
crazy.
Steve from Full House.
AKA Steve from Full House. There's a Full House cast member in this movie too. I guess we can get to it later. But
Is there?
Yeah, he's in one episode. He's a little boy
Okay.
at school,
Excited
but
to talk about it. Oh, is it the kid from Jurassic Park?
yeah, he plays a kid. They call him like Duck Face.
Yeah,
Stephanie bullies him at school for
I
having a duck
remember him
face.
from Full House. Yes.
Yes,
Um. Okay.
but that's
So
crazy. He won best young actor as a voice actor. He's not
yeah.
even that young. He's like 17.
Yeah.
He's a
Well, I think
minor.
it was just under 18. Like anyone under 18
That's
could
so
be nominated.
stupid. I hate that.
Okay. Sorry.
Christina
Sorry to
Ricci should have
you.
won. That's where I stand.
Okay.
Not you. You don't
We'll
disagree with that.
we'll see if she wins for values, man. She'll have more shots.
I always heard that was better anyway.
I prefer it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, visual effects also was nominated, but it lost to Death Becomes Her, the Zemeckis movie. It was
Mhm.
nominated for 2 BAFTAs. Makeup, it lost to Cyrano de Bergerac. Production design, it lost to Edward Scissorhands. Fucking fair enough. Uh, Golden Globes.
It's the GGs, the Golden Globes. It's the Hollywood Foreign Press, mostly French.
Nominated Angelica Houston for Best Actress in a Comedy, a musical or comedy, and that's pretty cool. But she lost to Bette Midler for a film called For the Boys, which I've always heard is like really awful. But I guess like
She's
it's
great in it, probably.
the Globes. It's mostly like gay French dudes, so like they probably love Bette Midler.
It's
Um,
true, yeah. That's her
yeah,
audience.
it really is. Honestly, the Globes voting body is Bette Midler's audience.
Yes, yeah.
All right, the MTV Movie Awards. It was nominated for 2 things. Best Kiss. I guess for that
Kiss.
thing where he's kissing her all around her body and shit.
Okay, yeah.
But it lost to My Girl.
Oh, they share a kiss in
Check
that
it,
one?
check out our previous episode on My Girl and My
Check
Girl
it out,
too.
guys. Link in the bio. They have a kiss, the little kids. That's cute.
Yeah, yeah, that's adorable. God
Yeah.
damn it. Doesn't have them bee stung lips yet. All right.
No.
Lost best song. Best song they were nominated, but they lost to Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, of course.
Wait, the MC Hammer song was
Yeah,
not
the
the best
MC
song
Hammer.
here?
Yeah, MC Hammer was nominated for worst song
It
at
won
the
over
Razzies.
there, didn't it?
It won worst song at the Razzies, but it was nominated for best song
What is going
from
on?
MTV. They liked it. But it lost to Bryan Adams. Everything I do,
Oh, yeah. Love that
I
one.
do it for you.
What's that in?
Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Oh, of course.
If
of course.
if you go back, watch the music video for that song. Lots of forlorn slow mo shots of
Carrie always?
Kevin Costner shooting arrows. You're thinking of fucking Robin Hood Men in Tights,
Oh, I'm
motherfucker.
sorry. So sorry. Um,
Carrie
you hate that song, don't you? Or is that
I
Henry?
love that. I love that song, but it comes up a lot because if you remember, in Ex-Girlfriend, after we broke up, left me a CD in the rain that said, "If it's real, it's worth fighting for," and it had only one track on it, and it was that.
That's fucking hilarious, yeah. One track is so funny.
I know.
I didn't mean that. And it wasn't worth fighting for, I guess.
Don't put it that way.
That's so sad.
I know. Anyway, fucking, where are we? That's it.
The
Let's talk about the
awards?
movie. How about that?
Okay. Do you have a favorite Wednesday or Pugsley?
What do you mean?
Do you have a favorite?
You
Your
mean of
favorite
the different
kid?
iterations?
Do you have a favorite kid, Wednesday or Pugsley? Which one's your favorite?
What are you talking? One of them's Christina Ricci. It's that one.
But in all, not just this version, I guess in all the versions.
Yeah. I mean, this is really the only version I know.
Oh, okay. I guess
Like,
what does Pugsley do? Like
I
Wednesday
know the
actually has a character.
cartoon. I watched the cartoon as a kid. Guys, we're going to talk about the cartoon for a little bit after this. And basically, we shouldn't have watched the cartoon. I watched it as a kid, so it seemed very important in my head, but it was just a cartoon of the Addams Family from 1992. Like, we really don't need to talk about it.
It was a good Fester episode. More Fester.
Glad to hear. Yeah, it actually was a good Fester episode. Actually, I meant to look up who did the voice of Fester because I feel like that dude was the voice of a million things around that time.
Yeah, I knew one of the women voices. She was in like a bunch of Disney shows back in like Hannah Montana and stuff. But
Interesting.
what's her name's like Edie something. I forget what's her name. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Edie McClurg. I do know who you're
Yeah,
talking
Edie
about.
McClurg. Absolutely. She's yeah, planes. Oh, she's the girl at Planes Trains when he rents the car. She's the car rental woman. When he like cusses at her at the car rental and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Wow. Yeah, good memory.
Well, I'm looking at her IMDb now. That's not from
Oh,
memory. I
okay.
mostly know her from Hannah Montana, actually. She's also in
Oh,
Ferris Bueller. Does she work in the office in Ferris Bueller? Is that what it is?
yeah, Uncle Fester, the dude who played Uncle Fester is this fellow Rip Taylor. He's a comedian, and he
Wait,
was
is he
the
in the
vo
Jackass movies?
I don't know. I
At the
don't
end of the
think so.
Jackass movies?
But let me tell you, there was a DuckTales movie called Treasure of the Lost Lamp that I watched roughly 1 million times as a child. And there's a genie in that movie who's like a very important character. And he does the voice of the genie. And I'm telling you, it's the exact same voice he's using for Fester.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Okay, anyway, back to the movie. The
Yeah,
much
back to the
more
movie.
important movie. All right, hey, it started Christmas Carol. I was like, this is a Christmas movie? Wild.
Yeah, I guess who knew?
Yeah. I didn't remember it because the second movie is a summer movie.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, anyway. So the
It's like at
the
camp, isn't it?
yeah, the pilot of the TV show like I said, the truant officer gets walked around. That's how we're introduced to the family. But in this one, we just like we pan over and we meet up with Thing after the opening credits, and Thing just sort of like walks us around. We follow Thing around the house. The camera's swooping around, following Thing, and he's introducing us to everybody.
Yep.
And I thought that was pretty well done. But then there's a scene right after that where Dan Hedaya shows up at the house. And I was like, why didn't they just do this with Dan Hedaya? It would have been just like the pilot, like walk Dan Hedaya around the house.
His cool filmmaking technique with the camera.
Yeah, I guess. It was probably Sonnenfeld really wanted to do this shit with the camera. You're
Yeah, I
right.
think that's what it is. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was really cool. That was exciting.
Yeah,
Like Sam
yeah.
Raimi.
Yeah, it was a little Raimi. You're right. You're
Yeah.
totally right. Or like early Peter Jackson.
Or like when Chucky's running through the house in the early Chucky movies, like the first Chucky movie
Yeah, I know what you
when he
mean.
kills the babysitter, I think.
The babysitter. Sure.
Hits
Okay.
her when she falls off he like runs on the counter, hits her with the hammer,
Yeah,
falls out
that's
the window.
great. That is great. God, hey, if you've never seen Child's Play, that's a good movie. And
Check out our
if you have seen
episode.
Child's Play, check out our previous episode on Child's Play.
Paid for by
Um,
me. I remember I paid for that for you guys to cover that series.
I always forget that. That's hilarious.
Yep.
All right, give us some of your notes.
So Uncle Fester, he's been missing for 25 years. He disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle, we're meant to believe, right?
Yeah, it's funny. The cartoon starts with Fester's off somewhere and we don't know where he is too. They like this as a way in to
But he's a weird
to the
character. It makes
family.
sense. He's doing weird stuff and gets lost, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it translates. And then these bad guys are in need of money, and there's like a guy who looks like Fester. So we come up with a big idea to
Well,
make him go undercover.
does he look like Fester or is he Fester? Because they damn sure seem to imply at the end of this movie that this was Fester with amnesia the whole
I'm going by what
time.
we know now. I'm setting up the movie. We don't know
Okay,
that
okay.
yet.
But do you buy that?
Yes,
Are you okay with that?
sure. You're not?
I
I
I'm
take
okay.
it.
I'm okay with it in as much as I want Christopher Lloyd to be Fester in these movies, so I just accept it. Okay. Um, but it's bullshit.
Why?
I mean, it's way beyond the realm of disbelief. And I mean, I read that this wasn't it was intended that Fester was an imposter in this movie, and then the actors like convinced them to change it. And that doesn't surprise me one bit. it comes out of left field in the last 2 minutes of this movie. It really makes no sense. It doesn't feel like they'd been targeting the Addams family until like the moment they came up with this plan.
Right. But what's bullshit about it? That he lived, like that he's alive, or that he doesn't remember them, or what?
That the guy they have in their employ who believes that he's her son is the real Fester.
Well, at the point where he already looks so much like him, I don't see why he couldn't be anyway. I don't know. I guess it didn't really bother me at all.
All
Kind
right,
of.
I'm glad it didn't. Like that has always bothered me about this movie since I was a little kid. I remember watching this movie the first time this bothered me. Like,
Wow.
yeah, all right, I guess he's fast. All right.
Yeah. I guess crazy stuff happens in the Bermuda Triangle. You don't know?
Oh, I know, man. I've seen the season 7 episode of the X-Files Triangle, which is shot entirely in split screen, half in World War II and half in present day.
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
That's right. All in real time, baby.
Wow. What does that mean?
Yeah.
All in, it's a live episode? What does that mean? All in real time? Oh, like it's like 30 minutes take place, like from
Yeah,
start to finish.
exactly.
Like 24
Yeah.
or whatever.
44. Written and directed by Chris Carter.
I meant 24 the show,
Oh,
not 24
like
minutes.
24. Yes, yes,
That
like
was funny though. You
24.
corrected me the minutes of the episode. I was gonna say it's like the Sweet Life on Deck episode where
Oh my God, of
Cody
course you were.
Cody wants to get the perfect kiss with Bailey, Debbie Ryan, but they're on a cruise
Wow.
ship.
Imagine that as a WWE storyline. Cody trying to get the perfect kiss from Bailey.
That's good. But as soon as it happens, they keep going through the Bermuda Triangle because they're on a cruise ship. So they keep passing the Bermuda Triangle, and he keeps having to restart the day over. So he keeps having to get
Oh,
he keeps having to get the day
no, no,
perfectly.
no, 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 no. That is not like that X-Files episode. That is like the season 6 X-Files episode Monday, where Mulder keeps going into the bank and the bank keeps exploding, and then the day starts over and he has to figure out how to stop the bank from exploding.
Whoa, that's pretty fun. Is there ever a Buffy episode like that?
Mm-hmm.
Is there really?
Yep.
Uh, is there ever a bottle episode? Buffy bottle episode?
Um, they haven't done one yet.
I was thinking about it. I don't know. I think I was thinking about it when I was watching the OC. I was like, have they done a bottle? And then I was thinking about the one they did in the mall episode or whatever. That's probably
I'll
their
tell you,
closest thing to a bottle episode.
there's a great bottle episode on Angel. Buffy's got Buffy's got a bottle episode. It's not like a classic though.
Be coming up though. We haven't missed it.
Season 6.
Okay, okay. Love a good bottle episode. There should be one bottle episode every season. Every season there should be like, what's the bottle episode we're gonna write? I think Seinfeld does that, right? There's like
You can
the
only
parking garage
see, but
episode.
that's what we're missing now with 10 episode seasons. Like I feel like you can't do a bottle episode every season in a 10
Right.
episode season. There's too much storytelling to be done elsewhere. But in a 22 episode season, yes, you can do a bottle episode every season. It's wonderful.
It's true, but like back then we had so many episodes. Like we had to be so creative, and sometimes it really didn't work. It gave us some bad episodes, but
Yeah.
sometimes we got like some of the most classic stuff because of that we would never get today because it's just not the way we do things.
100%, man.
It's a bummer, but anyway. So new guy looks like Uncle Fester, whatever. But Gomez, he doesn't buy it. He's pretty suspicious of him because he doesn't remember like this all the stuff they did as kids. You know,
Right.
they have like a Chinese finger trap toy, and he's like, "What's this? How do you do that?"
And they watch like home movies together, which are very cute home
So
movies
cute.
of little baby Fester and Gomez, and he doesn't seem to like recall specific details that Gomez is pulling.
Yeah, so Gomez always like giving him eyes. I love when like Christina Ricci starts getting in on it too, and she doesn't believe him, and her and Gomez start like looking at each other like, pretty suspicious. That's
Yeah,
good
but
stuff.
after they start believing him, the kids get real close to Fester. I feel like Christopher Lloyd with the kids is an underrated part of this movie.
I agree. There's a movie actually. So I never seen these movies. I don't know if we really said that. There's a movie though, a decom Disney Channel original movie, where Christopher Lloyd plays like a dead guy, like
Oh
a
God,
zombie
Christopher
guy.
Lloyd was in a decom. It came to that.
Yes. And he played the dead guy. I think it's called When Good Ghouls Go Bad. And he's basically doing like the Fester performance a little bit. I never realized until I was watching these movies, but that's a little bit Fester. I just wanted to say that, I guess.
Wow.
But yeah, Christopher Lloyd's amazing. I agree with you. I always wanted it to be Christopher Lloyd. I was worried.
You always wanted what to be Christopher Lloyd?
Like when we were worried if it was Fester or not. You said
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah. No, no, same. Yeah. I mean, it would have been a bummer. Then you'd have to like have a different actor for the second movie, or like have Christopher Lloyd, but he's playing a different character than who he was.
Yeah,
Like
it's a leap regardless
there's
of what they do,
there's
kind of.
so much character development done to that character in this movie to like make him have his like face turn at the end against his like supposed mom or whatever, that like you really want it to be that character continuing forward with us. So
Yeah,
I think
100%.
ultimately for the franchise, it's a really good thing. It's just odd.
It's a little odd. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little odd. But you know what's not odd? Whenever so what happens is like they're like Fester, he's the oldest. So he actually owns your house now, apparently. Apparently that
Mm.
happened. So they get kicked out of the house and Morticia like becomes a teacher or whatever. They have to like get
Yeah,
normal
we
jobs.
we do this whole segment of the movie where like the Addams family have to try and be normal people and they can't because they're so weird and spooky, you know? And it's cute. It reminded me a lot of like the Brady Bunch, where you're seeing like the Brady Bunch in like normal people town.
Right.
Modern
That's a show
day.
I've seen actually. I've seen some Brady Bunch. That's an old
Uh,
show.
all right, yeah. We gotta cover that soon.
I feel like we need a break from TV movies that were based on
No, I
TV.
feel
We've
like
done a
we
lot
should
of
just
it.
keep it going,
And we do
baby.
Buffy every week. That's a show based on a
Keep
movie.
it
It's the opposite.
going. I'm just into TV right now, man.
Yeah. I guess this is a movie based on a comic book more than a movie based on a
That's true.
show.
Comic strip.
Comic strip. Sorry.
Hmm.
Like Garfield.
There was some uh uh uh
Can we just
product
talk about it?
wait, what do you want to talk about?
Come on. Come
What?
on.
I had something I was going to talk about. What is the thing you think we need to talk about?
All right. So we fall on hard times in this movie. We get kicked out of our house, and Wednesday decides she needs to sell lemonade, right?
Okay.
A little girl
Oh.
comes up. A little girl comes up and she's like, "Hi, hi, can I buy some lemonade?" And immediately I knew I recognized her. And it's not even that I recognized her face, which I obviously did. I knew it was her. She acts the same. Like the way she acts, the way she reads lines is the exact same that she does.
Yeah.
We're talking about Harmony from Buffy,
Yeah,
the Vampire
Mercedes
Slayer.
McNabb.
Mercedes
Uh,
McNabb, one
yeah.
of Joss's victims.
No,
Uh,
we think.
Yeah, okay, yeah, yeah, quote unquote. What do they say? What do they say when we don't know?
Uh,
Supposedly,
it's alleged, but
allegedly.
it's not even alleged. Like no one has ever said that.
Oh,
I
that's
just
just us. We
decided
just
that. Yeah.
oh, okay. We just think that. Never mind. All right, never mind. But yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like she's like talking to her, and I was like, like she just this is just how she delivers lines. She never grew. I mean, maybe she does later
Yeah.
in life. I don't know, but I thought it
Nah,
was just a little
she never
funny.
really evolved as an actor, but she does it well.
Yeah, I'm not even taking shots at her because I've been impressed with Harmony in a few episodes. I remember being like, oh, she does this well, but yeah. But anyway, it was amazing seeing Harmony. I didn't expect it. I didn't know she was like an actor in other stuff, but this was really cool.
Do you want me to blow your mind?
I would love that. Yeah.
She returns in the sequel.
For what purpose? I mean, I guess I'll find out. But she's
She
just like a little girl here.
Yeah, but they're at camp in the sequel and she's at camp.
She goes to the camp.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. They live in the same town. Well, I can't wait. I kind of wish you didn't tell me, but I'm also glad you
Sorry.
did. Because like I would have gone crazy in the next movie, like again. But no, it was cool.
Okay. I want to talk about a couple instances of product placement, if that's all right.
Are you real? I didn't notice.
Yeah. Um, at one point they make a tombstone pizza. All right. Now, tombstone pizza was like a DiGiorno.
I
I
know
don't
it.
know.
Yeah.
Does it still exist? Tombstone
Yeah, I'm
pizza?
pretty sure. Yeah.
All right. So I gotta assume they show a tombstone pizza in this movie, and you see a billboard, by the way, in the background in one scene.
Oh.
And I think it's probably because they were putting out tombstone pizzas with the Addams Family on it. You know, Tombstone Addams Family. It
Yeah, it's a great
matches.
tie-in.
Yeah, yeah. And Thing gets a job working for Federal Express. All right, you know they're just FedEx now. They're a lot cooler, but back
Right,
then
right.
they were Federal Express.
Drop
And
the Earl press. It's cleaner. Somebody probably said that to them, right?
yep, in those exact words. And what I want to know is how'd Thing get that job?
Yeah, how did that happen? He's driving the car, you mean?
Like he is running along as a hand, but with a bag like attached to him with packages in it.
What job's he supposed to get though? Like any job we would complain.
Okay, I understand that, but imagine it. A disembodied hand shows
Sits
up
down
at
in the interview chair. Yeah.
No, it wouldn't even be in an interview, man. It would like show up at the place that how would it convey that it's there for an interview?
It would point to the sign that
Oh,
says
you're
interview.
probably right. Oh my god.
Duh. Don't you know?
That's so stupid.
Or it would like come in with the flyer in hand and drop it down on the table.
Yeah. All right. All right. You got me. That's good.
Gotcha.
All right. What else you got?
Oh, I mean, so many little bits. I don't know. I love the bearskin rug that actually is alive or whatever. It like bites the guy when he steps on it.
Oh,
You remember
dude.
that
Yeah.
at all?
The second I spotted the rug, I was like, that thing's gonna come alive at some
Yeah,
point.
it has to. I want one of them. I guess I want one that has like batteries or something that like where the head moves. I don't know. So I'll be like,
I think that existed in the 90s.
yeah, something
I,
like
I
that
think I
has to
remember seeing
happen.
like infomercials for it.
That's so cool. Yeah, that's awesome. I like the conjoined twins. I like that aspect of the movie. How like,
I liked that too.
well,
That's right. That's a whole good sequence where there's the Addams Family reunion. And
really? I thought that was another movie, isn't it?
well, it is, yes. But you know, they have that party for Fester because like he's back.
Right.
So like they bring in a lot of members of the extended family and friends. So you get those conjoined twins who like had dated both Fester and Gomez when they were
But Gomez
younger.
won. That was the thing, right? Like they ended
Right.
up going with Gomez more.
I think that's right. And then you get to meet cousin It there as well.
Oh wow, this is it.
Yeah. This is it.
This is it.
And the dude in the cousin It suit is the same kid who played Isaac in Children of the Corn.
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
I just want to say that. So shout out to him.
Listen to our episode.
And yeah, and listen to our episode on Children of the Corn,
This is the best
1984's
bit we've ever
Children
come
of
up
the
with.
Corn. And by the way, also listen to our episode on Children of the Corn 666 Isaac's Return because
With
he
your friend
returned
Isaac.
for that. Yeah, and Isaac Lopez also returned.
That's all. That's the best. That was the best thing you ever did. The best idea that Dan ever had.
The most I've ever committed to a bit in my life.
Isaac's return. We didn't get a Jason Anthony Harris return for Jason Returns. Is there a Jason Returns?
There's a Jason Lives.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jason Lives.
We
Okay.
should have brought Jason.
Or at least just call
Jason
him. Be like, hey,
Lives.
you alive? Just at least check in on him.
Oh
see if
my
he's
God,
living.
you're so right. That's a great bit, man.
Should we redo it?
That
Hey guys, welcome
episode?
to our Jason Lives episode.
No. I don't want to
Okay.
bother Jason. He's probably at
Oh,
work.
okay. By the
Um,
way, I was just talking, and then I realized while I was talking about there was Jason Anthony Harris. I didn't even think about that until we were talking, and then I realized in the moment, like, oh, there is a Jason. I was just gonna say, like, is there a Jason? But I
Yeah.
remembered there is
yeah,
one.
that's like the only other guy we talked to.
Well, I never talked to him one time, but you probably talked to him, yeah.
He'll come on with you at some point. He still listens.
Really?
Yep.
Is he the guy with the band? Who was the guy with the band? Somebody guy has a
Well,
cool band.
You might be thinking of Aaron. He's got a cool band called Wellfall, but Jason Anthony
No,
Harris,
that's not what I'm thinking
you're
of.
probably thinking of Jason Anthony Harris actually, because he's more like a solo artist. The word band threw me, because
Oh,
he's sort of a one man band, my friend, and
what's it called?
he goes by the name Public Speaking,
Yep,
and
that's what I was
he's
thinking of. I was thinking like there was like a name like
absolutely amazing. I gotta say, he just came down. He was on tour, and he had a date in Las Vegas, and I went to go see my good friend Jason Anthony Harris, and he was
at the
stunning.
dome thing,
No, he wasn't in the Sphere,
the sphere.
but
I always forget what
yeah.
it's called.
But I mean, yeah, check out his stuff on Spotify and his Patreon. I'm a subscriber to his Patreon.
Well,
How
listen,
about that?
I was gonna call him. I thought I was gonna say his name is Round of Applause was what I was gonna call him.
No,
Public
public
speaking.
speaking.
You
Yeah,
might get a
yeah.
round of applause if you're a public speaker, if you're good at it,
I remember
maybe.
one time I was like, dude, I figured out your name, public speaking, because it's the number one fear.
Oh wow. You
I,
think
I
that's number one fear?
I was like that you always hear that death is number two, public speaking is number one. I was like,
Yeah.
I figured your shit out. And then he was like, that's not what it means. And I was like, God damn
Do you know what
it.
did he say what it
He
means? Or is
explained
there
it,
any
but
meaning?
it had a lot of meanings. He did say that was like a little part of it, but you know, he's an
It should be
artist.
like spiders or something. What
I mean,
do you have a biggest
spiders.
fear? You have a biggest
Oh,
fear?
the big fear. Yeah, I have an unnatural fear of tornadoes for some reason. I've never been near one in my life, but I'm afraid of tornadoes.
Jeez.
Yeah.
In Alabama, tornadoes happen kind of all the time. My aunt and uncle lived through a tornado. Their house got destroyed 2011.
Wow.
Crazy stuff.
I'll tell you what, my other biggest fear, of course, is the absolutely astonishing rise in anti-Semitism currently.
Oh, that's
No,
scary.
of course, that scares me. Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty scary. Can I tell you the reason why I thought they were undead? Possibly the Addams family.
Yeah, go for it.
What's
Is it
up?
because of the cemetery scene?
Nope. What
Oh,
cemetery
okay.
scene?
There's this scene where they show Fester around the cemetery.
Yeah,
And it was
it's
like,
not that.
man, they've got a cemetery for the family like around their house. That always felt odd to me.
Oh,
I mean,
right. Yeah, they're like, this
I
was our grandma, and she died this way, and this was right, that one.
and then at the end they like bury the bad guys, and it's like, are they dead? And they're
Does
like,
it
does it
matter?
matter? Yeah, and it's like, whoa, like what's going on in that cemetery?
Was that the one part in the movie where we play sort of like the theme song a little bit?
We do a little bit at the beginning too, when we pan up to them on the top of the house.
Okay, I feel like not enough of it. I was like, I wanted it throughout the movie, and we didn't really get it. But I feel like we got one little sting there where it was like, "Are they dead? Does it matter?" And then it was like it played the little theme song a little bit. That was
Yeah.
good, but not enough of it. But the reason I thought they were undead was because in the play they like start bleeding
Oh
profusely onto
yeah.
everybody in the audience, and but they still live.
I think that was makeup or whatever, like
Not
blood.
real.
Yeah, like fake blood. But I
Okay,
love that scene. It's a classic. I remember seeing that as a kid, like as like a 6-year-old,
but her
and like,
acting is so good in that scene.
and I just thought it was so funny and cool. Like it looks fake, so like it's not traumatizing or anything. It's just the Addams family being weird and gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some funny stuff. Well, oh, who's Wednesday's little doll? Is that important? I felt like no,
Oh,
but then it's like in every version of it. It's like in the cartoon also, her
there are
little
certain
headless doll.
things that I never realized were important about the Addams family that were in every version. Like like Fester's electricity thing, that's in every single version. And Morticia cutting the flowers is in every single version. There's
It's
like a
weird the
few
things they hold on
bits
to a
they
little bit.
keep doing. Yeah.
I don't really understand, but she has a little headless doll. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah. I
But
noticed that that's in the cartoon.
yeah, in the
They
cartoon. I
like
don't know if it
pour
was in the
some.
original, but it was in the cartoon after the movie at least.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
I love
Um,
Pugsley when he comes in with the stop sign and he causes a car accident. That
oh
was
yeah,
funny.
that was good.
I love the line when they're about to eat and Mom Morticia is like, Wednesday, play with your food. She has her play. That was hilarious. It's just I mean, you talked about it at the beginning, but everything that's like supposed to be bad is good in the Addams Family world.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like in the cartoon, they're at dinner and he's like, "Can you pass the whatever?" And he won't do it. And then when he throws it in Gomez's face, he's thank you.
Yes. That type of stuff. In
Yeah.
the show, in the animated show after this movie, it's Happy Esther Fester, and they're like, "Wow, you undersold how amazing it because the whole it's polyester, which you might not understand. I thought it was like a weird Easter thing, which I guess Esther's not Easter, but I thought it was like a weird holiday, Happy Esther, but it's like it's polyester is what it is, right? It's like a
Yeah,
material.
I didn't even think about it until you just said that, but I thought that too.
Yeah, when it happened, I was like, "What? That's really? It's like that? That's weird." But they come and they're like, "Wow, you undersold how amazing Happy Esther is. It makes everybody itchy." Like that's like that funny thing. The fabric
Yeah,
makes everyone
yeah,
itchy. So stuff like that, stuff that's like not typically good for us humans, but they love it. So
right,
pretty funny. Um, I don't know. And then it turns out Morticia's pregnant.
right. Oh, that baby's so cute in the next one.
Really? I thought
It
it's like
has
a
a little
weird joke.
Gomez mustache.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that. It's like a weird joke at the end where the she knit a sweater for the new or like a onesie for the new baby, and it has like three legs, and it's like, oh, that's kind of a weird joke.
Yeah, I guess so. Does it have three legs? I don't remember.
The little oh yeah, the little onesie outfit had three
No, no,
legs.
no. I mean the baby. Like, does it
Oh
eventually have three legs? I don't know.
yeah,
Anyway, what do you give it?
I mean I give it a solid three.
I'm between a three and a four. Um, but the next one's probably a four, and this one's probably a three, if I'm
I feel
being
like the
honest.
plot didn't get me at all. Like,
Yeah,
like
all right. I'll give this one a three as well. But this is a good movie. It's well cast. It's a confident debut by Sonnenfeld.
oh yeah,
And it holds up. It's funny.
yeah, very funny, very fun. No laugh track, so you're able to actually enjoy it.
Jesus Christ.
It's good stuff.
Who's your MVP?
Christina Ricci.
Christina Ricci getting MVP in the first Addams Family movie as a fucking 11-year-old. Listen to this guy.
Yeah, she's
Um,
incredible.
all right. I will go with Raul Julia.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. That's fine. He
Um, and really I was between him and Angelica Houston.
really?
Yeah.
Maybe I like Wednesday so much more because every scene she's in, a lot of them have Pugsley in it, and Pugsley I think is the worst of the four, obviously. So it elevates Wednesday so much more.
Oh,
And Richie just is. She's dynamite.
I want to say that there's a Sally Jesse Raphael cameo in this movie. All right, she was a big talk show host at the time. All right, and Raul Julia, Gomez he's calling into her show too much.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All right. So, I thought it was weird that it was Sally Jesse that they got because there's this like famous interview from the Sally Jesse Raphael show from like only like a year before this, maybe 2 years, where like the actress who played Wednesday in the original series um came on with her husband who was a porn star who was trying to retire from porn but couldn't because he was addicted to it.
That's an amazing story. Holy shit. How do you feel if you're the wife and your husband can't retire from porn because he's addicted?
I know.
That
I
what
think
a
I'd probably
predicament.
divorce him.
Yeah, that's a sad story.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, I thought that was strange. They got Sally Jesse. Who's your LVP?
uh I wrote Jimmy Workman. But
Huxley.
yeah, he's my least favorite of the family. I didn't want to go like a character that didn't matter. I liked all the real adults also. We didn't talk
Uh,
about any of them because that's like the part of the plot that's boring, but I thought all of them were good.
no, here's the thing though. I think Hideo is great. I think that Dana Ivy is great. I always loved Dana Ivy. God, she was killing it right around this time. She was doing everything. Um,
Oh yeah, she was
but
really good.
and I think the judge guy is really good. Um, and I think the one that stands out for me is this one, Elizabeth Wilson, who played Abigail Craven. She's the one who's like doing the fake like German accent.
Yes. Okay.
I
I think
was
she's probably in it the least out of those,
I
right?
wasn't as into her performance. So she's in my LVP. But I mean, she had a long, great career. She plays fucking what's his face? Dustin Hoffman's mommy in The Graduate.
Oh wow. All right, that's cool.
Do you have an LVP? Oh, you said Jimmy Workman. What the fuck? Sorry.
Yeah, Jimmy
Um,
Workman.
all right. Let's
I like when Wednesday puts Pugsley in an electric chair. That was funny.
that was funny. All right, a little bit about the cartoon. They brought the theme song back. Can I bring up something about the theme song?
Yeah, of course.
I never noticed the guy in the background going neat,
Oh yeah.
sweet,
Yeah.
petite. And okay, did you watch The Celebrity Apprentice?
No, not really.
Okay. All right, listen to me. I gotta tell you something. There's this thing in The Celebrity Apprentice where they were doing a commercial. Okay. They were constantly just making commercials for shit. And Geraldo was the project manager, Geraldo Rivera.
He won, didn't he?
I think he did win, yes. And he comes his big idea for the commercial was a catchphrase, and it was neat, sweet.
Yeah.
That
So he
was the
got it from this.
catchphrase. That's just from the Addams Family.
But he didn't say petite.
Yeah, he left out petite.
Petite.
But
How do they get petite in there? That's a weird word to
I
fit into
I
your theme song.
I don't know. It's weird.
All right.
Anyway, it made me
So you
judge
were watching this and
Geraldo.
you heard that and you thought about Geraldo Rivera from that
Yeah,
season of The
immediately.
Celebrity Apprentice?
Immediately.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Wow, what a great mind.
A beautiful mind.
A beautiful mind. Daniel Ehrenberg.
Okay, so this cartoon, let's talk about it.